It's time to discuss not the Premier League, not the Champions League, not the World Cup actually, but the Club World Cup. And this time around, it's taking, a new format that we're going to talk about, more. We're going to talk more about that in the video. But first off, let's talk about the fact that the Club World Cup is being played just, few weeks after the end, of the 2024 to 2025 season. And Victor, this one is for you. Several players, ranging from Allison, Rodri, and even the Players Union, they've all raised concerns about the Club World Cup and the scheduling and the impact it's going to have on players. You know, taking everything into account, do you consider this competition a pointless one?
It's funny how we keep hearing from the highest earners, but you don't hear anyone from the Asian teams or South American teams complaining, right?
Yeah,
I think FIFA has been trying to make the Club World Cup more interesting and get more viewers for it for years already. This is probably their last proper attempt at that. I can
yeah,
understand the players too, even though God knows they get paid plenty of money to essentially live out the dreams of millions of people like you and I.
yeah,
But out of every 4 summers of a FIFA World Cup cycle, the proper FIFA World Cup cycle, I mean, now only one will be free for players of big European clubs. You've got the World Cup, then an empty summer, at least for now, then the Euros,
really,
and then this new Club World Cup. Sure, it's plenty of football, but the quality might suffer. As for pointless, yeah, probably. I don't think this will generate the amount of money FIFA hopes for. I think this is an Audi Cup on steroids. They will probably still be always bragging about how much money it made and how many records it broke and whatnot. But I doubt interest in this will ever be as high as FIFA imagine.
yeah,
However, after I've been crapping on it for a solid minute and a half or whatever, there is one good thing about it, if you ask
yeah,
me. As long as
okay,
they don't fall into the money trap for future editions and move it to the Middle East or whatever, and they always give it to the country organizing the Club World Cup or one of the countries organizing the proper World Cup the
yeah,
next year, it's a good exercise in testing out their infrastructure and their readiness. It's
yeah.
better than what the Confederations Cup back in the day used to be for this purpose.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree with almost everything Victor said, but my quick take on this competition is that, in my opinion, I feel it's pointless because the highest euphoria fans can get from club football, for me, is the Champions League. The highest feeling we can get from club football is the hype that comes with the Champions League. Nobody is going to be gassed about, oh, I won the Club World Cup. I don't think anybody cares if about who wins the Club World Cup. And the fact that we've watched 9 months of of football in the previous season, I feel like fans see June, like to August as that time to just relax their minds a bit. And now you're trying to force some more football. So it seems like overkill in my opinion. But anyways,
If I
moving on.
may, though,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
you're saying no one cares. Wait until Salzburg wins it and rubs it in our faces for 4 years straight.
We'll see about that one, to be fair. But yeah, and moving on, this one's for you, Max. Previously, the FIFA Club World Cup used to just be very straightforward. Only the winners from different federations would just play. And if I remember correctly, Premier League side joined somewhere from the semi-finals. Premier League side joined from the semi-finals, and it was always a very quick tournament. Played very quickly. But now, it has been expanded. You like just exactly the format of the actual World Cup. 32 teams grouped in eight. The top two progress and whatnot. Do you think there was a need for this new format, Max?
I mean, also they gonna play it only once every 4 year. At least teams will have more rest overall. And I mean, the previous format was like uninteresting 100%. There was like a couple of good games, then nothing else. Teams like Flamengo playing, and you're not watching it anyway. So probably for a neutral viewer, it will make make like more matches to watch, and also for the weaker teams, they can play against Real Madrid in group stage at least, so they can see what and come a lot of viewers. So, as I said before, for the Champions League, this is a bigger for the lower teams, but not for the big teams. They're just going to play a lot more games, but still play versus same teams in semifinals. So so I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. And this one's for you, Victor. I think you already answered this question a bit, but I will just give some more light or more context into this next question. So the question goes like this: do we think this competition will be as exciting as people are making it out to be, or do you think it's just the hype, especially when you realize that some fixtures on paper look so much one-sided? Like if you see it, Sundowns, no disrespect, Mamelodi Sundowns from South Africa, taking on a Chelsea. On paper, it just looks like it could go just one way. Or do you think this competition would be exciting in any way, or it's just the hype?
I mean, for Chelsea, it's a good run out for the kids, right?
Yeah,
But I don't know. I suppose it might be nice to see some sides that some of us never really get to watch. But beyond
yeah,
that, personally, I'm having a hard time getting all that excited for like Botafogo versus Seattle Sounders or
nah.
even like Juventus against Wydad, and I don't know anyone who is excited about this sort of thing either.
Yeah,
Without
fair
fans,
enough.
probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously,
Except
I
the
mean the
whiteout fans.
neutrals.
Yeah, except the whiteout fans. Yeah, and the neutrals. Yeah, but moving on, and this next question is going to lead to the subsequent one. Max, both of you actually answer, but like first of all, with Max, in your opinion, who are the top favorites? Like top two or top three favorites to win this tournament?
I'd say we must include PSG here because they were pretty solid, at least in Champions
Mhm.
League. Then second, I'd say Man City probably because they sign a lot of good players. They're also given their football back, so probably they're number two. And number three, I'd say in this type of tournaments, Atletico almost does pretty good. So probably I'll go with Atletico Madrid as number three.
Victor, your opinion?
I'm not necessarily ranking them, but I I don't know. Somehow I expect Real Madrid to do well based on muscle memory alone because it's the sort of
Yeah,
thing that they do well. I do have a sneaky feeling about Bayern. I think Kane might have gotten a taste for silverware now, and I think they might do well. But Max mentioned it as well, and I wouldn't count out PSG. Even though it's a competition that maybe not a lot of people care much about, but it is the first edition of the new format, so there will at least be some talk about it. And I can
yeah,
easily imagine Ousmane Dembele seeing this as the perfect opportunity to really make sure that that Ballon d'Or lands with him if he can take PSG all the way.
yeah, yeah. Fair point. And moving on, Victor, this one is still for you. So there have been some claims, online making the rounds on social media that this tournament, the groupings and everything favors the European sides, and there are almost no hopes for clubs from other federations to win it. What do you have to say about that?
Hasn't it always been like this, though? You mentioned it yourself. The Champions League winners used to go in the semis. The Copa Libertadores ones, the same. It's always been like that. Do we really expect Auckland City or Ulsan to win this or what? I know I don't. Um, Besides, FIFA needed to make this at least halfway attractive for European clubs to take it a little bit
Yeah,
seriously, because that's where the eyes will be on. That's
yeah, that's
where
where the money
people
is.
tune in. Exactly, that's where the money is when the big European sides play, and I mean big ones, not Salzburg. Okay. Um, as for a bold claim, I think more of a wish than a claim, but I
Yeah,
would like to see. at least one non-UEFA club in the final.
Oh,
For a proper claim, I think there will be one, maybe even two non-European ones in the semis, though.
oh, that's a very bold one, actually. Max, do you have any bold claim for this tournament?
Like Real Madrid not making semis, is it bold? I feel not at the moment, so probably I'll go with Inter Miami making at least top 8. I think this is quite bold.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Mine is not really bold, but I'm just saying that PSG would not win it. They would not win it. Really, maybe it's not that bold, but I don't think PSG and Manchester City, both of them will not win this tournament. Both of them would definitely not win this tournament. It could be anybody else,
And
but
imagine
these two
final
would not win.
between PSG and Man City then.
And then, then that's game over for my prediction. But yeah, I don't think both of them. I don't think both of them will go on to win it. Either of them, actually. That's my bold claim for the tournament. But of course, we can only discuss it now because it's obviously less than a week until the tournament starts, and of course, we would not be able to cover every single game as it happens, but we'll make sure to discuss the best bits, all the best talking points as they happen, especially we'll also try to give some focus to some of the clubs that we don't get to see often. So people should get ready for some like that. Get ready to search Victor, get ready to search on the start of some Moroccans and some South Africans as well. So yeah, that's all that we have to say for the Club World Cup. And now we are leaving this to our viewers out there. What do you think about this tournament? Does it make sense? Is it going to be as exciting as people say, or is it a pointless one? Or like Victor put it, an Audi Cup on steroids. I think I like that. I like that way to put it, Audi Cup on steroids. So tell us what you think about the Club World Cup, and we'll be waiting to hear from you guys in the comments.